Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show, the RR Show, the best show on the internet. I'm Andy, and today I fucked up. Well, not really. I mean, probably. It's early. I haven't had a chance to yet. This is episode 249. Today we are jumping into r/TIFU with our very first story today from a user. I'm going to try and pronounce it, but it's going to be wrong. Yeah, that. Today I fucked up by letting one rip in front of my boyfriend. I've 21 female been seeing my boyfriend 25 male for almost a year now. He's a pretty good guy. He's just a little more proper than me. He won't fart or burp in front of me, and he probably expected me to never burp or fart in front of him. I've told him though that I think farts are hilarious and my family fart in front of each other all the time. My grandfather will even give you a rating out of 10. Since my boyfriend finds it disgusting though, I haven't shown him my full fart potential until today. We'd eaten Mexican food earlier and I was not agreeing with me super well, and I had to pass some gas pretty bad. But my boyfriend was with me in the kitchen. I had to think of a diversion, and so I asked him if he could take the trash out for me. He said yes and took it out the door. He wasn't even gone a second when I ripped one that almost vibrated the damn house. I was glad he didn't witness the mass destruction of my pants, but when I turned around, he was there, staring at me from the back door. He'd forgot to put his shoes on and was coming back in. I have never seen disgust on a face before, but he definitely thinks I am nasty now. I think my grandpa would have given me a thumbs up and a solid 10/10 on that one though. Next up by Steph Goldblum. Today I fucked up by being an absolute dickhead driver. I'll preface this by saying I drive a pretty small car. This will become relevant later. Alright, so I'm driving to work this morning and I wanted to get there a bit early so I could finish up something that's due by 8 a.m. I get to the point of my journey just before turning into the highway where there's a right-hand turn. You can turn right on a red. There's one person in front of me, so I can't turn right. But oh well. Light turns green and I'm like, yeah, finally! But the person doesn't move. It looked like they were blocking our advance to let a bunch of people in the opposite direction turn left. Livid, I decide this person is a goddamn idiot who doesn't understand right of way. I start flashing my brights, hoping this clues them in. They don't move. People are turning left opposite us still. I'm like, Jesus! This person just wants to wait until they've all turned left. Altruistic, but that's not how you drive, goddammit! Finally, they advance a bit, and I lay on the horn to punish them for their foolishness. As I turn right onto the highway, I notice the street after the intersection in front of them is completely full. If they had advanced, they would have blocked the intersection completely. I hadn't been able to see in front of them due to my shrimpy little Subaru Impreza. I'm now writing this instead of doing the work that's due at 8 because I just need to purge my shame. Oh, we have a lot of them for you today, honestly, buckle in. This one is from Lengthiest. Today I fucked up by inviting a homeless stranger into my apartment. I met him a few times digging around for cans. I gave him some of my cans once and a couple of buds. He told me his name was Dave, and that he lived in a tent by the mall and he had some kids living nearby. I saw him this morning carrying a big box of stuff. He said it was a special day for him when I greeted him, so I offered to smoke him out. My apartment is really messy, and he offered to help clean it out for some money. Seemed like a fair deal, and he did a great job. We worked together to clean basically the whole place. He vacuumed and threw away a lot of trash. He did a lot, but I didn't want to work him on his birthday, so after 2 hours I paid him $100 and gave him a TV I don't need. We ate some pizza, watched a movie, he even fell asleep a little. When it was over, he said thanks, left his original box of stuff, and left. I noticed that my wallet was gone about 15 minutes later. The only thing left in there was my debit card and driver's license. So I cancelled the card straight away. So I'm basically just out an ID and a cheap wallet. He didn't steal anything else from the apartment. I really just feel dumb. I can't believe I was stupid enough to believe this guy, and I hope he doesn't try to break in now that he knows where all my stuff is. This one is from Banana Esbref. Today I fucked up by changing my name on WhatsApp. So a few months ago, I, 25 female, was playing a game with some friends that's quite similar to Cards Against Humanity, and there were some chat cards where you had to choose an answer to, and the layout was fairly similar to a dating app starting with T. One of the weirder characters' names was Torpedo Torsten 69, which I found extremely funny, and I honestly could not stop laughing about it. So I changed my name on WhatsApp to Torpedo Torsten 69. So that everyone who does not have my number saved in their phone would see this name when I text them. I don't text unknown people often, so I obviously forgot about it completely. And this month, I started a new job. Yeah, I think we all know where this is going. I am now working in a huge restaurant bar and got invited to the WhatsApp group chat. Over 100 people in the group. And then the first person in the chat saw my name and found it rather funny. And now everybody is calling me Torpedo Torsten. Everyone, even in front of our guests. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm a woman. This one is from Fantastic Biscotti 8. Today I fucked up by implying honesty from my girlfriend. So on Christmas Eve morning, we were both up early. She was about to go do some last-minute shopping. We had a mutual couple that we were friends with. They broke up and I replied back with, well, maybe if they would have been honest with their partner, maybe that wouldn't have been a thing. I guess she thought this was me tipping my cap that I know something that I didn't. She looks at me with a lot of deep sadness and sincerity and says, yeah, I guess you're right, I'm sorry. At this point, I'm like, yeah, right, okay, whatever. She then responds, no, I'm tired of lying. I've been seeing this person online for the last year and a half. At this moment, I'm in utter disbelief. She proceeds to tell me everything. I'll spare the details for anonymity's sake, but I'm laying on my sister's couch currently and it's 1 a.m. I have an apartment I'll be moving into within the next 2 weeks. It's been rough. We talked since then, as we have a child together. I see my little girl every day. There's no chance of reconciliation because this isn't the first, second, or third time this has happened on her end. But it will be the last. Alright, this one is from Kyle's Bad at Privacy. Today I fucked up by eating applesauce every day for years. A few years ago, I was prescribed omeprazole to treat acid reflux. I have a lot of difficulty swallowing pills, so I followed the directions on the bottle that say you can open up the capsule and mix it into applesauce. I did this every day for a long time and actually grew to love applesauce. Different flavors, different textures, I became an aficionado of applesauce. I love it and would eat at least one serving a day, even if it wasn't with my medicine. I started developing other extreme symptoms, like chronic diarrhea. I was diagnosed with chronic pancreatitis and put on a FODMAP diet. The diet is very restrictive and blocks out basically everything I normally eat. But I thought I'd try the diet and got absolutely no relief. I knew it was not perfect, I often cheated on the diet, but it didn't explain how bad my symptoms were. No doctor found any reason I should still be having these issues as bad as I was. And I went over a year without taking a single solid bowel movement. We tried stopping omeprazole, but that didn't work. Tried other diets, nothing worked. Finally, one day I decided to research the FODMAP diet a bit further, to really try and buckle down, and I was getting really serious about cutting absolutely everything out that might be causing this. I decided to use a different resource than what my doctor provided me because it only listed a few things to eat. Immediately, the first thing on the list of foods to avoid is apples. I thought, maybe it's just alphabetical, but no. Apples are packed with fructose and polyolsorbitol, which can exacerbate IBS and pancreatic symptoms. Within 2 days of abstaining from applesauce, I had my first solid poop in over a year. I finally am starting to feel somewhat well again, although I feel the damage to my bowels is irreversible. From Luna Ryan, today I fucked up by teaching my little brother the word ooh-woo. A few months ago, I, female 19, had taught my little brother, male 10, some words, including raw, chicky nuggies, oh-oh, and ooh-woo, just for fun, since he was jokingly talking in a very high-pitched voice. I thought nothing of it at the time, but now I am starting to question if that might have been a bad idea. This morning, I'd just gotten to work when my mum got a phone call from the elementary school about my little brother. Seeing as I was running late, I had to rush inside to clock in, so I couldn't stick around to see what was going on. Not even 10 minutes later, I get a phone call from my mum, furiously screaming into the phone, "What on earth does EWOO mean?" Confused as to what my mum was asking, I asked her to spell it. She goes, "I don't even know, EWOO?" Still confused, I asked her what was going on. Apparently, my little brother was going around the playground saying "ooh-woo" in a high-pitched voice at all the kids there. The kids then went and told the teachers that he was saying TikTok code words for wanting to hurt people. The teachers, after searching up EWOO meaning and not finding anything, assumed this very well might be some sort of bad TikTok code word. So they called my mum. That leads us back to my mum, who's calling me furiously asking what EWOO means. I finally figure out what she meant. Ooh-woo. So I now have to explain to her that no, this is not some TikTok code word for wanting to hurt people, and yes, it's literally just a cutesy face, like how you use parentheses and colons to make smiley faces. The teachers, still not believing what's going on, insisted on pulling him out of class and made him sit next to a police officer for the rest of the school day. With that being said, I now have to go up to school on Monday and explain that I have to go to school and explain what ooh means to a group of angry teachers and school officials. Oh, fucking boomers. Okay, I've just about composed myself. This one is from Farhold6433. Today I fucked up by telling my husband I liked a pair of earrings. My husband and I were out on an art walk with friends and passed a jewelry store. I noticed some pretty gold opal earrings and God. I noticed some pretty gold earrings in the window that were, in my opinion, clearly out of our price range. But in classic, let's indulge the fantasy that we can have whatever we want for a moment style, I walked in to have the person give me a closer look. Hubby and friends followed me in. So the guy unlocks the case and I try on the fancy earrings and ask the guy how much. He says $2,800. Now, I am not a jewelry person. I rarely wear any. I am a homebody, so it's not like I have any occasion for whipping out earrings in any case. My husband, I believed, knows this. So after the guy tells us the absurd price, I jokingly make eye contact with my hubby and say, "Birthday?" That's it, just birthday. Then laugh and we leave and go on our way. We get a little further and my husband pats his pockets and says, "Oh shoot, I forgot my wallet in the car." So I give him the car keys and he runs several blocks back to the car. Me and my friends keep looking at galleries until he catches us up. At which point he hands me a jewelry box. Friends are impressed, husband is very proud and happy. I am mortified. I feel so bad. Don't get me wrong, we can afford it, but it is such a ginormous waste of money. But I can't bring myself to tell him. I'd rather not have them in front of our friends. To be honest, I don't think I'm ever going to have the heart to tell him.